How to make a documentary on a science topic. Creating a documentary film about a scientific topic requires a unique set of skills and techniques. The filmmaker must have a deep understanding of the subject matter and the ability to convey complex scientific concepts in a way that is accessible and engaging to the audience. In this article, we will explore the steps required to create a successful scientific documentary film. Choose an engaging topic. Choosing an engaging topic is the first step in creating a successful scientific documentary film. The topic should be interesting to the target audience and have relevance in the current scientific landscape. The filmmaker should conduct thorough research to identify a topic that is both interesting and informative. Conduct thorough research. Conducting thorough research is essential in creating a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should have a deep understanding of the subject matter and be able to explain complex scientific concepts in an accessible way. This may involve consulting with experts in the field or conducting interviews with scientists or researchers. Develop a clear narrative. Developing a clear narrative is essential in creating a successful documentary film. The filmmaker should create a compelling story that engages the audience and conveys the key scientific concepts in a clear and accessible way. The narrative should be structured in a way that is easy to follow and builds momentum throughout the film. Use engaging visuals. Using engaging visuals is crucial in creating a successful scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use a variety of visual techniques, such as animation, data visualization, and 3D modeling, to convey complex scientific concepts in an accessible way. The visuals should be designed to engage the audience and make the scientific concepts more accessible. Use interviews to add depth. Using interviews is a powerful way to add depth to a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should interview scientists, researchers, and other experts in the field to provide insights into the topic and provide additional context. The interviews should be conducted in a way that is engaging and provides additional information to the audience. Use archival footage. Using archival footage is an effective way to add depth to a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use archival footage to provide additional context and historical perspective on the topic. The footage should be used in a way that is engaging and provides additional information to the audience. Use sound design to enhance the story. Using sound design is crucial in creating a successful scientific documentary film. The sound design should be used to enhance the story and create a sense of engagement for the audience. This may involve using music, sound effects, and other techniques to create an immersive experience. Use editing to create a cohesive story. Using editing is a powerful way to create a cohesive story in a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use editing techniques, such as cutting and pasting, to create a clear and engaging narrative. The editing should be used in a way that is seamless and enhances the story. Use experts to fact-check. Using experts to fact-check is essential in creating a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should consult with experts in the field to ensure that the scientific concepts are accurate and up-to-date. This may involve consulting with scientists, researchers, and other experts in the field. Use data visualization to convey information. Using data visualization is an effective way to convey complex scientific concepts in a documentary film. The filmmaker should use data visualization techniques, such as graphs and charts, to convey information in an accessible way. The data visualization should be used in a way that is engaging and provides additional information to the audience. Establish a clear message. Establishing a clear message is essential in creating a successful scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should identify the key message they want to convey to the audience and ensure that this message is communicated clearly and effectively throughout the film. This can help to create a cohesive narrative and ensure that the audience understands the key takeaways from the film. Use a variety of sources. Using a variety of sources is important in creating a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should seek out a range of experts, including scientists, researchers, and other professionals in the field, to provide diverse perspectives and insights on the topic. This can help to provide a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the subject matter. Make the science accessible. Making the science accessible is crucial in creating a successful scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should aim to convey complex scientific concepts in a way that is understandable and engaging to the audience. This may involve using analogies, visuals, or other techniques to make the science more accessible and relatable. Highlight the human element. Highlighting the human element is a powerful way to engage the audience in a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use personal stories and anecdotes to connect the audience to the subject matter and create an emotional resonance. This can help to make the science more relatable and meaningful to the audience. Use creative framing. Using creative framing is an effective way to add depth and interest to a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use framing techniques, such as close-ups, long shots, and point-of-view shots, to create a dynamic and engaging visual experience for the audience. This can help to create a sense of immersion and involvement in the subject matter. Use time-lapse and slow motion. Using time-lapse and slow motion is a powerful way to create visual interest and engagement in a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use these techniques to highlight specific events or phenomena, such as plant growth or weather patterns, and create a sense of movement and change. This can help to create a sense of dynamism and interest in the subject matter. Address controversies. Addressing controversies is important in creating a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should be transparent about any controversies or debates surrounding the subject matter and provide a balanced and nuanced perspective on these issues. This can help to create a more credible and trustworthy film and provide a more complete understanding of the subject matter. Use humor. Using humor is a powerful way to engage the audience in a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should use humor to create a sense of levity and playfulness in the film, and to break up complex or heavy subject matter. This can help to make the film more accessible and enjoyable for the audience. Emphasize the importance of science. Emphasizing the importance of science is essential in creating a scientific documentary film. The filmmaker should convey the importance and relevance of the subject matter to the audience, and emphasize the positive impact that scientific discoveries and innovations can have on society. This can help to inspire and motivate the audience to engage with science and appreciate its significance. Cinematography techniques to create movies about Halloween night atmosphere. Halloween is a holiday that is celebrated around the world, and one of the key aspects of the festivities is the spooky and atmospheric atmosphere that is created. Filmmakers looking to capture the essence of Halloween in their films must use a variety of techniques to create a sense of mystery, suspense, and fear. In this article, we will explore the techniques that can be used to create a Halloween-themed film that captures the essence of this spooky holiday. Choose the right location. Choosing the right location is essential in creating a Halloween-themed film. Filmmakers should look for locations that have a spooky or eerie atmosphere, such as old abandoned buildings, cemeteries, or dark forests. The location should be chosen carefully to create a sense of unease and discomfort in the audience. Use lighting to create atmosphere. Using lighting is a powerful way to create atmosphere in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use lighting techniques, such as shadows, backlighting, and colored gels, to create a sense of mystery and suspense. The lighting should be used to create a sense of depth and to highlight key elements in the frame, such as the protagonist or the villain. Use sound design to create tension. Using sound design is a crucial element in creating a Halloween-themed film. The sound design should be used to create tension and suspense, using techniques such as low-frequency rumbling or sudden noises. The sound design can also be used to create a sense of unease, using subtle sounds like whispers or footsteps. Use camera movement to create suspense. Using camera movement is a powerful way to create suspense in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use techniques like tracking shots or dolly zooms to create a sense of movement and urgency. The camera movement can also be used to create a sense of disorientation, using techniques like handheld camera or quick cuts. Use special effects to create horror. Using special effects is an important element in creating a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use special effects, such as makeup or prosthetics, to create a sense of horror and disgust in the audience. The special effects should be used in a way that is believable and realistic, and should not detract from the story or characters. Use music to create emotion. Using music is a powerful way to create emotion in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use music to create a sense of tension, using techniques like dissonant chords or eerie soundscapes. The music can also be used to create a sense of nostalgia or sentimentality, using popular Halloween-themed songs or classical music. Use props to create atmosphere. Using props is an effective way to create atmosphere in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use props, such as pumpkins, spiderwebs, or skeletons, to create a sense of Halloween spirit. The props should be used in a way that is subtle and does not detract from the story or characters. Use color grading to create mood. Using color grading is a powerful way to create mood in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use color grading techniques, such as desaturation or color filters, to create a sense of unease or dread. The color grading should be used to enhance the atmosphere and emotion of the scene. Use costume design to create character. Using costume design is an important element in creating character in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use costume design to create a sense of character and personality for the protagonist or villain. The costume design should be used to enhance the story and create a sense of authenticity and believability. Use editing to create suspense. Using editing is a powerful way to create suspense in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use editing techniques, such as jump cuts or montages to create a sense of urgency and tension. The editing should be used to create a sense of pacing and rhythm, and to heighten the emotion of the scene. Use cinematography to create contrast. Using cinematography is an effective way to create contrast in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use contrast, such as light and dark or warm and cool colors, to create a sense of atmosphere and tension. The cinematography should be used to enhance the emotion of the scene and create a sense of visual interest. Use practical effects to create realism. Using practical effects is an important element in creating realism in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use practical effects, such as animatronics or puppetry, to create a sense of realism and believability in the horror elements of the film. The practical effects should be used in a way that is seamless and enhances the overall story and atmosphere. Use setting to create mood. Using setting is a powerful way to create mood in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use setting, such as an old mansion or haunted house, to create a sense of atmosphere and tension. The setting should be used to enhance the emotion of the scene and create a sense of visual interest. Use makeup to create horror. Using makeup is an important element in creating horror in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use makeup, such as prosthetics or blood effects, to create a sense of horror and disgust in the audience. The makeup should be used in a way that is realistic and enhances the overall story and atmosphere. Use special lighting effects to create mood. Using special lighting effects is a powerful way to create mood in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use special lighting effects, such as strobe lights or fog machines, to create a sense of atmosphere and tension. The special lighting effects should be used to enhance the emotion of the scene and create a sense of visual interest. Use symbolism to create meaning. Using symbolism is an important element in creating meaning in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use symbolism, such as the use of pumpkins or black cats, to create a sense of meaning and significance in the story. The symbolism should be used in a way that enhances the overall atmosphere and story. Use jump scares to create tension. Using jump scares is a powerful way to create tension in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use jump scares, such as sudden loud noises or unexpected appearances, to create a sense of shock and surprise in the audience. The jump scares should be used in a way that enhances the overall atmosphere and story. Use silence to create suspense. Using silence is an effective way to create suspense in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use silence, such as the absence of music or sound effects, to create a sense of unease and tension. The use of silence should be used in a way that enhances the overall atmosphere and story. Use humor to create balance. Using humor is an important element in creating balance in a Halloween-themed film. The filmmaker should use humor, such as witty dialogue or comedic situations, to create a sense of relief and balance in the horror elements of the film. How to create a sense of confusion in your movies. Creating a sense of confusion and disorientation in a film can be a powerful tool to engage the audience and add depth to the story. Filmmakers can use different techniques to create this feeling of confusion and make the audience feel disoriented. In this article, we will explore the steps required to create a sense of confusion in your film. Using nonlinear narrative. Using a nonlinear narrative is a powerful tool to create a sense of confusion in your film. Nonlinear narratives use techniques such as flashbacks, flash forwards, and dream sequences to disrupt the chronological order of the story. This can make the audience feel disoriented and create a sense of confusion. Playing with time. Playing with time is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using slow motion or fast forwarding can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience feel like they are experiencing time differently. Playing with time can add depth to the story and make the audience question their understanding of what is happening on the screen. Using unreliable narrators. Using unreliable narrators is a powerful technique to create a sense of confusion in your film. Unreliable narrators are characters who provide a distorted or incomplete version of the story. This can make the audience question what is real and what is not and add depth to the story. Creating visual distortions. Creating visual distortions is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using tilted or skewed camera angles, fisheye lenses, and other visual effects can create a disorienting effect and make the audience feel like they are in an unfamiliar or surreal world. Using jarring sound design. Sound design is a crucial element in creating a sense of confusion in your film. Using jarring sound effects, such as sudden loud noises, dissonant music, or overlapping dialogue, can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience feel uneasy. Creating contradictory visuals. Creating contradictory visuals is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, showing a character in two different locations at the same time or showing conflicting information in the background can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience question what is real. Changing perspectives. Changing perspectives is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, showing the same scene from multiple perspectives or using different camera angles can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience question their understanding of the scene. Using symbolism and metaphors. Using symbolism and metaphors is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. Symbolism and metaphors can add depth to the story and make the audience question the meaning behind the images on the screen. Creating a sense of isolation. Creating a sense of isolation is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using long shots to create distance between the characters or using minimal dialogue can create a sense of loneliness and disorientation. Using ambiguous endings. Using ambiguous endings is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. Ambiguous endings can leave the audience questioning what happened and create a sense of uncertainty. Using subtle cues. Using subtle cues is an effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using recurring visual motifs or sounds that appear throughout the film can create a sense of unease and make the audience question their significance. Creating multiple plot lines. Creating multiple plot lines is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, creating multiple storylines that converge at the end of the film can make the audience question the relationship between the different characters and the meaning behind the events in the film. Using unexplained events. Using unexplained events is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, introducing a mysterious character or an unexplained event that is not resolved can create a sense of ambiguity and leave the audience questioning what is real. Creating a sense of paranoia. Creating a sense of paranoia is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using shots of characters looking over their shoulders or using shadows to create a sense of unease can make the audience feel like they are being watched and create a sense of paranoia. Using distorted perspectives. Using distorted perspectives is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using extreme close-ups or wide-angle shots can distort the perspective and create a sense of unease. Creating an unstable environment. Creating an unstable environment is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using shaky camera work or using extreme camera angles can create a sense of instability and make the audience feel uneasy. Using nonverbal communication. Using nonverbal communication is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using body language or facial expressions that do not match the character's dialogue can create a sense of ambiguity and leave the audience questioning what is real. Using unusual camera angles. Using unusual camera angles is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using low-angle shots or high-angle shots can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience feel like they are experiencing the scene from an unusual perspective. Using minimalistic set design. Using minimalistic set design is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using minimalistic set design that only includes essential elements can create a sense of emptiness and make the audience feel uneasy. Creating an unstable soundtrack. Creating an unstable soundtrack is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using dissonant music or changing the soundtrack suddenly can create a sense of instability and make the audience feel uneasy. Using minimal dialogue. Using minimal dialogue is an effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using long periods of silence or having characters speak in vague or ambiguous ways can create a sense of unease and make the audience question what is happening on screen. Creating contrasting visuals. Creating contrasting visuals is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using bright colors in dark scenes or dark colors in bright scenes can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience feel uneasy. Using symbolic imagery. Using symbolic imagery is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using recurring symbols or images throughout the film can create a sense of ambiguity and leave the audience questioning their significance. Creating a sense of mystery. Creating a sense of mystery is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using hints or clues throughout the film that are not fully explained until the end can create a sense of intrigue and keep the audience engaged. Using unusual editing techniques. Using unusual editing techniques is a powerful way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, using jump cuts or montage sequences that do not follow a linear narrative can create a sense of disorientation and make the audience question the meaning behind the scenes. Creating unclear character motivations. Creating unclear character motivations is another effective way to create a sense of confusion in your film. For example, having characters act in unexpected or inexplicable ways can create a sense of ambiguity and leave the audience questioning their motives. Shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space can be a challenging but rewarding experience for filmmakers. The use of a closed set can create a sense of claustrophobia and tension that can add to the overall atmosphere of the film. In this article, we will discuss some techniques and strategies for shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Choose the right location. Choosing the right location is crucial when shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Look for a location that is small and enclosed, such as a basement, an attic, or a small room. The location should have a distinct personality that can help enhance the mood and atmosphere of the film. Use lighting to create atmosphere. Lighting can play a significant role in creating the atmosphere and mood of a psychological horror movie. Use low-key lighting to create shadows and darkness, which can add to the sense of claustrophobia and tension. You can also use colored lighting to create a specific mood, such as blue or green lighting to create a sense of unease or red lighting to create a sense of danger. Focus on sound design. The sound design is an essential aspect of a psychological horror movie, and it can be especially effective in a confined space. Use sound to create a sense of tension and unease, such as creaking floorboards, distant footsteps, or the sound of breathing. You can also use music and sound effects to create a specific mood, such as eerie music or the sound of a heartbeat. Use tight framing. Tight framing can be an effective technique for creating a sense of claustrophobia and tension in a psychological horror movie. Use close-ups and tight shots to create a sense of intimacy and to emphasize the emotions of the characters. You can also use framing to create a sense of confinement, such as framing characters in a doorway or a window. Create interesting camera angles. Camera angles can be used to create a sense of unease and tension in a psychological horror movie. Use low angles to make the characters appear larger and more intimidating, or high angles to make them appear smaller and more vulnerable. You can also use Dutch angles to create a sense of disorientation and unease. Work with actors to create a sense of realism. Working with actors is essential when shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Encourage your actors to create a sense of realism and to immerse themselves in their roles. Use improvisation to create a sense of spontaneity and to keep the actors on their toes. Use special effects sparingly. Special effects can be effective in a psychological horror movie, but they should be used sparingly. Use practical effects such as makeup and prosthetics to create a sense of realism, and use digital effects only when necessary. Overusing special effects can detract from the overall atmosphere and mood of the film. Pay attention to detail. When shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space, attention to detail is essential. Every aspect of the location, from the props to the set design, should be carefully crafted to enhance the mood and atmosphere of the film. Use carefully selected props to add to the sense of unease, such as dolls or other creepy objects. Pay attention to the set design, using color, texture, and patterns to create a specific mood. Plan your shots carefully. When shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space, planning your shots is essential. Plan out your shots in advance, taking into account the location, lighting, and camera angles. Use storyboarding and shot lists to help you plan your shots and ensure that you capture the mood and atmosphere of the film. Collaborate with your crew. Collaboration with your crew is essential when shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Work closely with your cinematographer, sound designer, and production designer to ensure that every aspect of the film is carefully crafted to create the desired mood and atmosphere. Encourage your crew to share their ideas and insights, and be open to feedback and suggestions. Take breaks. Shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space can be emotionally and physically taxing. Take breaks as needed to ensure that everyone on your crew stays healthy and alert. Encourage your actors to take breaks as well, and provide them with a comfortable space to relax and recharge. Test your equipment. Before shooting begins, test your equipment to ensure that it is functioning properly. Test your lighting, sound equipment, and cameras to ensure that everything is working as expected. This will help you avoid any technical issues or delays during the shoot. Be patient. Shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space can be a time-consuming process. Be patient and take the time you need to get the shots you want. Encourage your crew to be patient as well, and reassure your actors that you are committed to creating a compelling and effective film. Stay organized. When shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space, staying organized is crucial. Keep track of your shot list, storyboards, and any other important documents. Make sure that your equipment is organized and easily accessible. This will help ensure that the shoot runs smoothly and efficiently. Be flexible. While it's important to plan your shots and have a clear vision for your film, it's also important to be flexible. Be open to making changes and adjustments as needed. Encourage your crew and actors to contribute their ideas and insights, and be willing to adapt your plans as necessary. Communicate clearly. Clear communication is key when shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Make sure that your crew and actors understand your vision for the film and what is expected of them. Communicate clearly and effectively throughout the shoot to ensure that everyone is on the same page. Take care of your actors. When shooting a psychological horror movie in a confined space, it's important to take care of your actors. The intense emotions and physical demands of the shoot can be challenging for actors, so make sure that they have the support they need. Provide them with a safe and comfortable space to relax and recharge, and make sure that they have access to food and water. Edit carefully. The editing process is an essential part of creating a psychological horror movie in a confined space. Take the time you need to carefully review and edit your footage. Use editing techniques such as jump cuts, slow motion, and sound effects to enhance the mood and atmosphere of the film. Test screenings. Once you have completed the editing process, hold test screenings to get feedback on your film. Creating an animated film: steps to bring an engaging story to life. Animated films have become increasingly popular in recent years, capturing the hearts of audiences of all ages. From classic Disney movies to Pixar's latest releases, animated movies have the power to entertain, inspire, and move people. But have you ever wondered how an animated film is made? In this article, we will explore the steps involved in creating an animated film, from initial concept to final product. Step 1: Idea generation and concept development. The first step in creating an animated film is coming up with a compelling idea and developing it into a concept. This involves brainstorming and researching various themes and topics to find one that resonates with the target audience. Once a concept is chosen, the story is developed through character design, plot development, and storyboard creation. Step 2: Pre-production. During pre-production, the script is refined, the characters and environments are designed, and the storyboard is created. The storyboard is a visual representation of the entire film, showing the sequence of shots, camera angles, and key moments. The storyboard serves as a blueprint for the entire production process and helps to identify potential problems before production begins. Step 3: Voice recording and sound design. Once the storyboard is finalized, voice actors are cast, and the dialogue is recorded. The sound design team also begins working on the film's soundtrack, which includes music, sound effects, and ambient noise. The sound design is an integral part of the film, as it helps to create the mood and atmosphere of each scene. Step 4: Animation production. The animation production process involves creating the characters and environments in 3D animation software. The animators bring the characters to life by adding movement and facial expressions, while the background artists create the environments and landscapes. This process can take months or even years, depending on the complexity of the film. Step 5: Lighting and special effects. Once the characters and environments are created, the lighting and special effects teams begin their work. They add lighting to each scene, create particle effects, and add post-production effects such as color grading and compositing. These elements help to create a polished, finished look for the film. Step 6: Post-production. During post-production, the film is edited, and the final touches are added. The sound design team adds the final mix of music and sound effects, and the color grading is adjusted to ensure consistency throughout the film. The final product is then exported and delivered to the appropriate distribution channels. Creating an animated film is a complex and time-consuming process that requires a team of skilled professionals working together to bring a story to life. From initial idea generation to final post-production, every step of the process is crucial to creating an engaging and memorable animated film. In conclusion, creating an animated film is a fascinating and challenging process that requires a combination of creativity, technical skills, and teamwork. By following the steps outlined above, filmmakers can bring their ideas to life and create unforgettable stories that capture the hearts of audiences around the world. Whether it's a classic fairy tale or a modern adventure, animated films have the power to inspire, entertain, and move people, making them an essential part of our cultural landscape. Animated films have been captivating audiences for decades, and their popularity only continues to grow. From heartwarming tales like Finding Nemo to action-packed adventures like The Incredibles, animated films have something for everyone. But how exactly are these films made? In this article, we will explore the process of creating an animated film, from the initial concept to the final product. Step 1: Idea generation and concept development. The first step in creating an animated film is to come up with a compelling idea and develop it into a concept. This may involve brainstorming, research, and collaboration among the creative team. The concept is then refined through character design, plot development, and storyboard creation. Step 2: Pre-production. During pre-production, the script is finalized and the characters and environments are designed. This includes creating 3D models of the characters and backgrounds, as well as developing the storyboard. The storyboard is a critical component of the pre-production phase, as it helps to visualize the entire film and identify potential issues before production begins. Step 3: Voice recording and sound design. Once the storyboard is complete, voice actors are cast, and the dialogue is recorded. A sound design team then begins work on the film's soundtrack, including music, sound effects, and ambient noise. The sound design helps to create the mood and atmosphere of each scene, and it's an essential part of the film's overall experience. Step 4: Animation production. The animation production process involves bringing the characters and environments to life using 3D animation software. Animators add movement and facial expressions to the characters, while background artists create the environments and landscapes. This process can take months or even years, depending on the complexity of the film. Step 5: Lighting and Special Effects. Once the characters and environments are created, the lighting and special effects teams begin their work. They add lighting to each scene, create particle effects, and add post-production effects such as color grading and compositing. These elements help to create a polished, finished look for the film. Step 6: Post-production. During post-production, the film is edited, and the final touches are added. The sound design team adds the final mix of music and sound effects, and the color grading is adjusted to ensure consistency throughout the film. The final product is then exported and delivered to the appropriate distribution channels. Creating an animated film is a complex and challenging process that requires a team of talented individuals working together to bring a story to life. From the initial concept to the final product, every step of the process is crucial to creating an engaging and memorable animated film. In conclusion, animated films are a beloved form of entertainment that require a significant amount of time, effort, and creativity to create. With careful planning, attention to detail, and a talented creative team, filmmakers can bring their stories to life in a way that captivates audiences of all ages. Whether it's a heartwarming family adventure or an action-packed superhero tale, animated films have the power to entertain, inspire, and move people, making them an essential part of our cultural landscape. Animated films have been enchanting viewers of all ages for decades. From classic Disney films to modern masterpieces like Toy Story and Frozen, animated movies have the ability to captivate and transport audiences to new worlds. But, what exactly goes into making an animated film? In this article, we will explore the process of creating an animated film, from the initial idea to the final product. Step 1: Idea generation and concept development. The first step in creating an animated film is coming up with a compelling idea and developing it into a concept. Filmmaking can be an effective and engaging way to communicate educational messages to audiences. In this article, we will explore some techniques for filming educational content, including choosing the right equipment, creating an effective script, and incorporating visual aids. Step 1: Choosing the right equipment. Choosing the right equipment is essential when filming educational content. This includes selecting a camera that can capture high-quality footage, such as a DSLR or mirrorless camera. Additionally, using external microphones and lighting can help to improve the audio and visual quality of the footage. Step 2: Creating an effective script. Creating an effective script is crucial when filming educational content. The script should be clear, concise, and engaging, and should include information that is relevant and useful to the target audience. Additionally, using a conversational tone and incorporating storytelling techniques can help to make the material more relatable and memorable. Step 3: Incorporating visual aids. Incorporating visual aids, such as diagrams, charts, and animations, can help to reinforce the educational message and make it easier to understand. Additionally, using B-roll footage, such as footage of experiments or demonstrations, can help to illustrate key concepts and make the material more engaging. Step 4: Creating a controlled environment. Creating a controlled environment is important when filming educational content. This can include selecting a quiet and well-lit location, such as a classroom or studio, and minimizing distractions that could detract from the educational message. Additionally, using a tripod or stabilizer can help to create a stable and professional-looking image. Step 5. Editing and post-production. Editing and post-production are important steps in the process of creating educational content. This includes selecting the best footage, editing it into a cohesive and engaging story, and incorporating visual aids and effects as necessary. Additionally, color grading and sound mixing can help to enhance the overall quality and impact of the final product. In conclusion, creating educational content through filmmaking can be a powerful way to communicate important messages to audiences. By choosing the right equipment, creating an effective script, incorporating visual aids, creating a controlled environment, and editing and post-producing the footage, filmmakers can create compelling and informative content that resonates with viewers. With the right tools and techniques, filmmakers can create educational films that inspire, inform, and engage audiences for years to come. Filmmaking can be a powerful tool for creating educational content, but it requires careful planning and execution. In this article, we will explore some more techniques for filming educational content, including the use of interviews, creating a visual style, and incorporating interactive elements. Step 1. Using interviews. Using interviews can be a powerful way to add expertise and credibility to educational content. This can include interviewing experts in the field, such as professors or researchers, as well as individuals with personal experience or insights into the topic. Additionally, using a mix of scripted and spontaneous interviews can help to create a more dynamic and engaging narrative. Step 2. Creating a visual style. Creating a visual style can help to reinforce the educational message and make it more memorable for viewers. This can include using graphics, such as infographics or animations, to illustrate key concepts, as well as using a consistent color palette or visual motif throughout the film. Additionally, using creative camera angles or shots, such as aerial footage or time-lapse, can help to create a more immersive and engaging experience for viewers. Step 3. Incorporating interactive elements. Incorporating interactive elements, such as quizzes or polls, can help to create a more dynamic and engaging experience for viewers. This can also help to reinforce the educational message and make it more memorable. Additionally, using interactive elements can help to create a sense of community among viewers and encourage them to engage with the content on a deeper level. Step 4. Tailoring the content to the target audience. Tailoring the content to the target audience is important when creating educational content. This can include using language and terminology that is appropriate for the intended age group or educational level, as well as incorporating examples or case studies that are relevant and relatable to the target audience. Additionally, using humor or storytelling techniques can help to make the material more engaging and memorable. Step 5. Testing and feedback. Testing and feedback are important steps in the process of creating educational content. This can include testing the film with a sample audience to gauge its effectiveness and identifying areas for improvement. Additionally, incorporating feedback from educators or subject matter experts can help to ensure the accuracy and relevance of the educational message. In conclusion, creating educational content through filmmaking can be a powerful way to engage and inform audiences. By using interviews, creating a visual style, incorporating interactive elements, tailoring the content to the target audience, And testing and incorporating feedback, filmmakers can create educational films that inspire, inform, and engage viewers. With the right tools and techniques, educational films can have a lasting impact on audiences and contribute to a more informed and educated society. Filmmaking is a versatile and effective medium for creating educational content. In this article, we will explore some more techniques for filming educational content, including using storytelling techniques, using music and sound effects, and distributing the content effectively. Step 1. Using storytelling techniques. Using storytelling techniques can make educational content more engaging and memorable for viewers. This can include using personal anecdotes or testimonials to illustrate key concepts, as well as incorporating a narrative arc or structure to the film. Additionally, using a clear and relatable protagonist can help to create a more immersive and emotionally resonant experience for viewers. Step 2. Using music and sound effects. Using music and sound effects can help to enhance the emotional impact of educational content. This can include using music to create a sense of tension or excitement, as well as using sound effects to illustrate key concepts or actions. Additionally, using ambient sound, such as the sounds of nature or the city, can help to create a more immersive and realistic experience for viewers. Step 3. Distributing the content effectively. Distributing the educational content effectively is crucial to reaching the intended audience. This can include using social media platforms, such as YouTube or Facebook, to reach a wider audience, as well as partnering with educational institutions or organizations to reach a more targeted audience. Additionally, using search engine optimization techniques, such as using relevant tags and keywords, can help to increase the visibility and accessibility of the content. Step 4. Incorporating feedback and iteration. Incorporating feedback and iteration is important when creating educational content. This can include gathering feedback from viewers or educators to identify areas for improvement, as well as testing and iterating on the content to improve its effectiveness. Additionally, using analytics and metrics, such as viewer engagement or retention rates, can help to inform future iterations and improvements. Step 5. Creating a call to action. Creating a call to action can help to encourage viewers to take action based on the educational content. This can include providing resources or links for further learning, as well as encouraging viewers to share the content with their networks. Additionally, creating a sense of urgency or importance can help to motivate viewers to take action and apply the lessons learned from the educational content. Creating a sense of danger or peril in a film is essential for engaging audiences and creating tension. In this article, we will explore some techniques for creating a sense of danger in your film, including using camera angles and movements, lighting and color, and sound design. Step 1. Using camera angles and movements. Using camera angles and movements can create a sense of danger or unease in your film. Low angles can create a sense of vulnerability or powerlessness in the characters, while high angles can create a sense of surveillance or danger. Additionally, using handheld or shaky camera movements can create a sense of chaos or instability, while smooth and steady movements can create a sense of control or precision. Step 2. Using lighting and color. Using lighting and color can create a sense of danger or tension in your film. Low lighting or shadows can create a sense of mystery or danger, while bright lighting can create a sense of exposure or vulnerability. Additionally, using color grading techniques, such as desaturating or increasing contrast, can create a more intense and dramatic look for your film. Step 3. Using sound design. Using sound design can create a sense of danger or urgency in your film. This can include using fast-paced or dissonant music to create a sense of tension and unease, as well as using sound effects, such as sirens or alarms, to create a sense of urgency or danger. Additionally, using silence or ambient noise can create a sense of unease or anticipation in the audience. Step 4. Creating strong characters. Creating strong and relatable characters is essential for creating a sense of danger in your film. This can include creating characters with clear motivations and goals, as well as creating characters that the audience can empathize with or root for. Additionally, creating characters that are vulnerable or flawed can create a sense of danger or peril, as the audience is invested in their survival or success. Step 5. Building tension through storytelling. Building tension through storytelling is key for creating a sense of danger in your film. This can include using foreshadowing or suspenseful pacing to create a sense of anticipation or unease, as well as using plot twists or unexpected events to create a sense of unpredictability or danger. Additionally, using a clear and compelling narrative structure can help to build tension and create a more engaging and immersive experience for the audience. In conclusion, creating a sense of danger in your film is essential for engaging audiences and creating tension. By using camera angles and movements, lighting and color, sound design, creating strong characters, and building tension through storytelling, filmmakers can create films that are gripping and memorable. With the right tools and techniques, filmmakers can create films that transport audiences to new and exciting worlds, while keeping them on the edge of their seats. Creating a sense of danger or peril in a film is an art in itself. Filmmakers use a variety of techniques to create a sense of tension, fear, and unease in their films. In this article, we will explore some more techniques for creating a sense of danger in your film, including using editing, pacing, and suspense. Step 1. Using editing. Using editing can create a sense of danger or suspense in your film. This can include using jump cuts or quick cuts to create a sense of chaos or instability, as well as using slow motion or freeze frame to highlight a moment of danger or impact. Additionally, using cross-cutting or parallel editing can create a sense of urgency or danger, as the audience sees multiple storylines or events unfold simultaneously. Step 2. Using pacing. Using pacing can create a sense of danger or tension in your film. This can include using a slow build-up to create anticipation and suspense, as well as using sudden changes in pacing to create a sense of urgency or danger. Additionally, using a nonlinear narrative structure can create a sense of unpredictability and danger, as the audience is unsure what will happen next. Step 3. Using suspense. Using suspense can create a sense of danger or unease in your film. This can include using foreshadowing or hints to create a sense of anticipation or fear, as well as using misdirection or red herrings to create a sense of unpredictability. Additionally, using a ticking clock or deadline can create a sense of urgency and danger, as the audience knows that time is running out. Step 4. Using setting and atmosphere. Using setting and atmosphere can create a sense of danger or unease in your film. This can include using a dark or ominous setting, such as a deserted alleyway or abandoned building, to create a sense of danger or foreboding. Additionally, using weather or natural disasters, such as a storm or earthquake, can create a sense of danger or urgency. Step 5. Using visual effects. Using visual effects can create a sense of danger or suspense in your film. This can include using CGI or special effects to create a sense of danger or destruction, as well as using practical effects, such as explosions or stunts, to create a sense of danger or impact. Additionally, using a unique or stylized visual style can help to create a more immersive and engaging experience for the audience. In conclusion, creating a sense of danger in your film is a key element of successful storytelling. By using editing, pacing, suspense, setting and atmosphere, and visual effects, filmmakers can create films that are thrilling and unforgettable. With the right tools and techniques, filmmakers can create films that keep audiences on the edge of their seats, while also telling meaningful and impactful stories. Creating a sense of danger or peril in a film is a delicate balance of various elements. In addition to the techniques we've already discussed, there are more ways to create a sense of danger in your film, including the use of dialogue, character development, and symbolism. Step 1. Using dialogue. Using dialogue can create a sense of danger or tension in your film. This can include using ominous or threatening language, as well as using subtext or double entendres to create a sense of unease or danger. Additionally, using silence or pauses in dialogue can create a sense of anticipation or foreboding. Step 2. Developing characters. Developing characters can create a sense of danger or peril in your film. This can include creating complex and flawed characters, as well as putting them in situations that test their limits and reveal their vulnerabilities. Additionally, creating characters with conflicting motivations or goals can create a sense of danger or unpredictability, as the audience is unsure who to trust. Step 3. Using symbolism. Using symbolism can create a sense of danger or unease in your film. This can include using recurring motifs or symbols to create a sense of foreboding or foreshadowing, as well as using metaphors or allegories to convey a deeper meaning or theme. Additionally, using visual symbolism, such as color or imagery, can create a more immersive and resonant experience for the audience. Step 4. Using psychological horror. Using psychological horror can create a sense of danger or unease in your film. This can include using themes such as paranoia or fear of the unknown, as well as using unreliable narrators or characters to create a sense of ambiguity or confusion. Additionally, using dream sequences or surreal imagery can create a sense of disorientation or dissociation, adding to the overall sense of danger or unease. Step 5. Using realism. Using realism can create a sense of danger or urgency in your film. This can include using real-world situations or events as inspiration, as well as using realistic and practical effects to create a sense of impact or danger. Additionally, using a documentary-style approach or incorporating real-life footage can create a sense of authenticity and immediacy, adding to the overall sense of danger or urgency.